I've lived in a blue zone for 2 years now, and my boyfriend grew up here. His parents also grew up here, and I went over to his parents' house a couple days ago and I asked them why they think this is a blue zone, and this is what they told me. For context, his mom is 59 and his dad is, I think, close to 70, and they're both in great health. Also, Pablo's grandpa on his mom's side lived to be 97, and his grandma on his mom's side is alive. She's currently 95, and I asked his mom how she was doing a couple weeks ago, and she told me that she can list her children's name in birth order really quickly and easily, and there are 13 of them. And I just thought that that was really impressive. So I asked his mom first what she thought, and she pretty quickly responded with what they eat. She believes that eating at home is what gives people their health and longevity here, specifically eating beans and corn tortillas and food that they grew in their garden growing up. She did mention that she thinks that her generation might be the last to eat like that because there's more fast food now and there's less people eating at home and cooking at home. She's told me before that growing up they didn't have refrigeration, so what they harvested that day is what they ate. There was no leftovers. It was just like they took it from the earth and they ate it, and that was that. It's honestly hard for me to imagine like what her life was like growing up. It was just so different, and I am just like so amazed by her. She's so strong and resilient and never complains about anything, and she knows so much about plants. Like, so much about plants. This one time, I brought her a watermelon from a different part of Costa Rica. It's called Sandia Maxima. It's so sweet. Anyway, it's amazing. And I brought her some of the watermelon. Like 3 months later, she texted me and she was like, Elizabeth, like, come try my watermelon. And I went over there, she cut it up. I knew she was growing watermelon in her garden. And it was a Sandia Maxima, and I was like, oh my gosh, you got a Sandia Maxima, like, this is so amazing. Where'd you get the seeds? And she started cracking up. She was laughing so hard. She's like, I got them from you. She saved the seeds from the watermelon that I gave her and grew her own. She also mentioned that movement, just like moving her body by planting and gardening and harvesting and taking care of the land, is part of the equation as well. Also, I know that they gave me more details. I am still learning Spanish. I feel really grateful to be able to communicate with them on the level that I do now, but I definitely missed some of their points, and I know that they explained more than I'm able to understand, but this is the gist of what I got. Then I asked Pablo's dad, and he is a very religious man, and he really quickly told me that he believes that people's relationship with God here is why it's a blue zone. He told me that I think he said it was a cousin or a relative, ate so healthy his whole life that he was always eating at home, always eating beans, vegetables, didn't drink alcohol, didn't smoke, and he only lived to be in his 70s. And he told me that it's because he didn't have a relationship to a higher power necessarily, or he wasn't healthy in other areas of his life. He told me that too many women or like too many relationships could have attributed to his shorter life. And his dad also told me that, of course, he believes that diet and food is part of it, but he really was trying to get the point across that it all works together. It's not just one thing. It's not just your relationship with God. It's not just what you eat. It's not just moving. It's all of it together. And he also really pointed out the connection to nature and being in nature. For him, he said religion was one, diet and nature were really important as well, and his mom agreed with that, and she seemed to think diet and movement was really important, as well as a relationship with God or a higher power. I've had multiple news outlets reach out to me asking to interview me on this topic, and I just genuinely do not feel comfortable getting interviewed about this because it does not feel like my story to tell at all. Like, I wouldn't know. I just have what I've observed in 2 short years. Like, I think that Pablo's parents in that generation, those are the people that they need to be asking these questions to. I'm just sort of like observing and trying to listen. Also, in my last video, I talk about some of the Spanish phrases that they use and why I think that that's foundational to being a blue zone. And I know that other Spanish countries use terms like si Dios quiere and gracias a Dios. I hope that I didn't offend anyone by thinking that this is the only part of the world that uses those phrases. I know that that's not true. What I was trying to convey was that I believe their faith and that mentality is like maybe the backbone of this blue zone, this particular blue zone. I think that Latin culture has such a beautiful and strong foundation to it, faith-wise, mentality-wise, because of their relationship to God, to a higher power. But I don't think it's the only thing, and I know that other parts of the world use those phrases. I just think that it's like a really significant part of what makes this place so special and what creates longevity and health in the people who are from here. Also, I'll do one more video with my boyfriend Pablo asking what he thinks because, again, he would know way better than me. I'll see if we can do it today or tomorrow. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions that you want me to ask Pablo. And again, I hope that this inspires you to look at life with a different perspective and try to make your own life a little mini blue zone. I really think that it can be done on your own terms. And thank you so much for watching.